Hey, gang, this is Andy over at Falco Canine Academy. I'm so happy that you are here and joining me. I just wanted to let you know, just in case some of you didn't think I was serious, but today at midnight, the opportunity to sign in and join our human dog transformation system, the founders is going to be closing at midnight. This is where you're going to get a whole bunch of stuff that is only going to be offered this one time at a discounted price. So if you, again, didn't think I was serious, we are serious. It will no longer be available. The founders that are in there will be the only founders for this program. And I just was earlier this morning, Aldo and I were having a discussion again. I was listening to Aldo have a discussion about what we were talking about, what the first, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's the first 6 videos for the introduction as we are going through what they were going to be, how they were going to lead into the rest of the training system, turned into most of the morning. Probably about 2 hours of discussion. And the great thing that goes along with the discussion with Aldo is a great lesson in history of man. It has to do with raising children, and it has to do with a bunch of other stuff that some of it I can't even tell you because it's just it's I can't tell you because it's so awesome. But and I'm going to show you really quick. I got to take off the lower third here. And I've added one more thing. I also have just this morning made an agreement with a company that we're going to add one more thing to the Founders Program only. So let me just show you right here really quick. As a founder, you are going to have access to the online program. And it's so funny because as I'm saying this, I'm thinking about what somebody wrote me in a message, and I'll tell you in a second. But you'll become a human dog transformation certified trainer in the end, so that you can train other people with their dogs. All right, not an instructor. An instructor is somebody who's training other trainers. A certified trainer is that you'll get a little a logo that will say that you went through the course and you passed all the tests. And in the end, you will be able to put that on your business card if you like. We would encourage you to do that because as this grows, and when I tell you what the last new bonus is that I just got finalized today, you'll really want to be a part of the certified trainer, and you're going to want to put that logo on your branding material. Of course, you get the online training program, live webinars. So we're going to be doing live webinars in the private group, which is being created as we speak right now. And that's where we're going to be. It's almost more or less going to be like a mastermind group. You will have access to that. That'll be included for future people that may or may not be included. I'm still either that or it'll be at a discounted rate for other people. But for you founding members, it'll be free. It'll be included. Discounted rates for live training at Falco Field, and sometimes they're going to be free. Our very first one, only founding members will have access and be able to come to that one for free. And so only for founding members. The next one that we do, which is going to be in about a month and a half to 2 months. I haven't set the date firmly yet, waiting for some other things to kind of line up. But that one is going to be a 2-day event at Falco Field, and that one, founding members only, will be free, and then early access to additional Falco Canine Academy and HDT related programs and at discounted rates. I forgot the rates part. Let me add that in while we have this up. Rates. I don't know why I'm doing that because this is going to be the last day. Well, later on today, I'm going to come on again and just remind everybody, for those that missed it, that this is ending today at midnight. So I just might as well put it in there because I'll probably show it again. All right. So those are all the things. One thing that's not on there that I, again, just got finalized today, that is the TV show that we are going to be airing on 50 different networks like Roku, Apple TV. Oh gosh, shoot! I forgot all of the different places. But there's 50 different networks that we'll be able to host our TV show on. Hold on. It's called. Oops. Hold on. I'm going to be able. I want to name more than just two because that doesn't sound like a lot. Here we go. Bring it up here. Da-da-da. Oh, I get the little drop down thing. All right, let's see. Roku, Amazon Fire, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, Sony, and let's see if it comes up and gives me the more here in a timely manner. I'll let you know where they're going to be. I'm looking at all the TV shows that are on there now, and we will probably be the only dog transformation show on this particular network. Yeah, nice. Channels. Let's look at channels here. I think that nope, not the channels. Hold on, I'm trying to find the thing where it tells me all the different ones. I would hope that would be easier to find. Hold on. Well, I gave you some of them. Apple TV, Amazon Fire, Roku. Roku, that I just learned through my discussions with these folks, Roku is the leader right now of video content. Who knew? I would have guessed like YouTube or Netflix. And again, unless I misunderstood, because they were very firm in saying that is the most popular place to watch video is on Roku. And we are going to have a channel on Roku that people can go to in regard to the Human Dog Transformation Show. That's going to be the name of the show. And we're going to be showing a series on there that talks about the training and the sorry, my Siri just went off for some reason. The transformation between humans and dogs, and it'll be all about that. And we're going to be featuring all of our founding trainers that go through our training system will be featured in that show. So if you're a founding member, we will be talking to you, bringing you on, talking about your transformation as a what's the word we're thinking about calling it right now? Canine behavior and emotional therapist. That's one idea that we have going on, and we're thinking about giving it a specific name within the human dog transformation system. The therapists that are going to be coming out of this, and really, truly, again, it's going to be it's so hard for maybe y'all to grasp how important being a part of this system is going to be for dog trainers in the future. I understand, and it could be unbelievable because so many dog trainers are so kind of stuck in their own system and think, well, I've heard all this stuff before. Well, again, Gina's on right now, and Gina's been able to spend a few days with Aldo, and she will be one that will tell you, hopefully if I can bring her on maybe a little bit later on or over the weekend, as we're going to be together doing some training out in the Inland Empire. Maybe we can get on and talk a little bit about our experience, not only her experience with Falco Canine Academy, but her experience working with Aldo Secchi. And even though he has a very strong accent, and it forces you to listen, and when you listen to what he has to say, it's gold that comes out of his mouth. Again, today we spent most of the time talking about here, I'll show you a little bit what we have here on the board. And we talked about emotion equals the equals behavior. The wording that we're actually going to have in the system, let me go ahead and put that in there, is every behavior problem can be linked to an emotional problem. And so this very first component that's already in our system, I've already listed in there. So if you're a founding member, you can go ahead and look inside, and you'll see that the titles of each one of these components is already being listed inside the DHT system, HDT system, sorry. And so that is the title. It's every behavior problem can be linked to an emotional problem. And then the three components to the disconnection between the harmony between a human and the dog is physical, psychological, or social. And sometimes a little bit of a combination of both, of a couple of those. And so we're going to be talking about those three components and how important they are to understand in order to begin your process of mapping out how it is you're going to change a human and dog's relationship, is understanding the physical, psychic, and social issues that may be going on with that dog that are creating these emotional problems. Super important. Again, we're going to talk more about the canine behavior emotional therapist and the and what that role looks like. And we really want to give it a title because we want you to consider yourself something more than what we're calling a dog trainer right now. We want to make sure that you understand that it's more than just that. This system, again, is more than just training a dog. It really is transforming the human and the dog at the same time, creating a relationship that will take the human being to a whole new place just because of the training that they're doing with the dog. I'm going to talk about something else that Aldo and I were talking about today, which is super important. But let me just get through these things really quick. And the next one is the 4 pillars of balance, and then understanding that subordination is different than submission. So we're going to talk about subordination versus submission and how important it is to understand those two differences. And that was really one of the things that led to us having discussion that what is being trained in this HDT system is really something that could be trained to parents for their children. Again, you've heard me talk about this hundreds of times, but this even clarifies more in my mind why so many of the things that we teach people in regard to their dog can easily transfer over to parenting children. It makes such it's so clear. It makes such a difference when you get clarity through the discussions that Aldo and I have had recently that there's no doubt. There's no doubt that there's a reason why I was asked to be on a show called the Dad Podcast, because of the relationship between training dogs and teaching and raising children. And Aldo so clearly used my house and my children and what I do with my children as an example. He said, your children love you so much, and yet you do not allow them to walk all over you. That when they hesitate, you get on it right away. That when you say do something, and so many of my kids, and I talked about this before, and it's kind of funny and it's kind of entertaining, and I think now they do it because it makes me laugh, and I'll say, Bo, go get your pajamas on. He jumps up and says, sir, yes, sir. And he runs to his bedroom and puts his pajamas on. And that boy and I love each other so much. And he says that none of what you do in regard to the way that you get subordination from your children creates even more love. That subordination creates more love in the way that I'm able to do it because I use the same system that I train dogs. My voice is hoarse a little bit today because of all the talking I've done over the last couple of days, so I apologize. And so then we talked about that we could very clearly, many of our therapists that go through this system, there's no doubt that we're going to find out that gets asked by a teachers organization to come in and teach teachers about the same system, because you can just replace dog with student. And that I know will just cause people like to go, oh my God, are you calling, our children dogs? No, I'm telling you that the system works in the same way. It will work in the same way for teachers to get control over the classrooms, to get, children to listen, to respond when spoken to get order within the classroom, and all the other things that need to be done in a school environment. And that there's no doubt that somebody at some point will be asked to help, instruct teachers how to use this system, which we would call it the HS system. The TS system, teacher student transformation system. And it really could transfer over. And I think that that's something that we're looking forward to sharing with people as we go through. So again, founding members will get so much benefit from coming in now early. And again, I just want to reemphasize why. Why would I open up a founders system, a founders program for the training system? And that is because right now it is almost a completely blank slate. I've added some videos yesterday into the introductions and that kind of stuff. And by having founding members, it allows us to have people in the system so that we can ensure that the information that's being put into the system is something that makes sense, and that we can feed off back and forth from one another. And so that's why you get it for half price, and you get all of these things as bonuses and encouragement to get in now, so that we can have people in there so that we can say, this is what you do. Do you understand? No, can you explain this more? Okay, we need to make sure to have that thing in there. And now we know that there needs to be a filler for something that maybe we have a disconnect. Again, there's so much that Aldo and I have been doing for 30 years that sometimes we take things for granted that people know them, or we may talk so fast or skip over something that doesn't allow somebody who's coming into this new to make the connection. And so the benefit to us for giving it to you for half price as a founding member and to giving you all these bonuses is that it gives us people to hear from, to bounce ideas off of, and then create a system that's going to be beautiful for the people that we're going to charge full price for, and make sure that it's ready for them when they come in there. And being a founding member, you get to be a part of that, and that's why you get to come to the events for free that we're going to be hosting, at least in particular the first one, and then at a greatly discounted rate the ones after that. And the only reason there may be a cost is because, you know, if we're providing lunch or something like that, or materials and that kind of stuff, that the out of pocket could be pretty hairy depending on how many founding members we have. If we have a bunch of founding members, it may be a little bit too costly to create all the worksheets and to rent the space, and to if we're going to provide lunch or coffee or like something like that, we just need to cover some of those expenses. But you're not going to pay the full price that the other people may have to pay or will have to pay. And then we definitely, because being a founding member, we're going to build a relationship with you. Of course, that makes it more awesome for us to do things together on the new TV show that we're creating that's going to be on all those other networks, all right? The 50 other networks, and of which I was only able to name 10. I looked at it, there are 50, but the most important ones are, of course, Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, and Sony is another one. So that this isn't a Sony. Panasonic. So this is a smart TV. This is another one, Panasonic, Sony. Any of the smart TVs, the TV show will be available on all of those TVs. People just have to click on it, start playing the show, and they'll be watching the human dog transformation show on their device, whatever it is they have, and they'll be able to find it. All right. So, and that will feature all of our founding members. All right. So I just want to come on and let you know that we have about a little less than 12 hours left. So about 11 hours left before it will be gone. And I wanted to make sure and come on and just let y'all know, if you know anybody that is a trainer who's possibly not heard about what it is we're doing, you may want to send them a notification. If you have a family member who's looking like, you know, I've been thinking about being a dog trainer. I think that would be pretty cool. And have kind of like mentioned it in, you know, at Thanksgiving or something like that, then there's a good chance that you may want to send them this link and suggest to them that this is something they may want to do and get into. I'm looking as we're speaking the sales page so that I can put the link in the chat. Copy. There we go. So I'm going to put this in the chat. This is where you go to sign up and be a part of the founding membership. So just click on that link. That will take you to the sales page, and you can sign up again. That will all be taken down at midnight. It'll be gone. You will never be able to find it again. I'll pull down the Vimeo video. If you do need to see the webinar, just so you can see the hour-and-a-half long discussion, you have time to watch the whole thing, you can go here, which is it's the one labeled Vimeo webcast. Vimeo, how about webinar? Vimeo webinar. So, oops, I misspelled webinar. All right, so there is the video for that. So you just click on that link. That'll take you to the video where you can watch the webinar that I did on Monday. All right. So regardless, if you were one of the folks that came on and tried to be on the part of that webinar and it kept not working and all that kind of stuff, again, the training is not how to run a webinar out of Kajabi. All right. So the good news is I'm not going to show you how I failed to do that, but we have been successful in training dogs for a very, very long time. Longer. If Aldo and I were to put our time together, it's about 60 years of dog training experience, and a transformation for us from how we were doing it 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, even 5 years ago. This system is a transformation. It's a conglomeration. It's a marriage of training your dog with love and respect and the Sechi method kind of married together, plus other stuff. Things, I think, in some way that we only talked about just the other day, and how they really go together, and the ability to be able to explain some of the things that we've only had as feelings before, that we just had a feeling about something and we're able to make a decision. Now we know why we had those feelings, and we can identify them and share them with you. All right. So there we go. That's what we got to talk about here. There's the links. Find them in the comment section. If you're watching this on one of the other Facebook platforms that we have, just come on over to the Falco Canine Academy. If you do not see any of the links pop up on your side of the broadcast, just go to the Falco Canine Academy Facebook page, look for this video, scroll down, look in the comment section, and all the links will be found in there or somewhere on the page. I'm sure you can find them. I've posted them all over the place. But again, about 11 hours from now, this will all come to an end. I will come on a little bit later on and in the evening, probably about 6 or 7 o'clock, and we'll answer any questions that any of you that are still kind of on the fence. And it's okay to be on the fence because as we go forward and we begin to talk about what it is we're doing in the platform, you'll be interested in seeing what it is we're doing, because you'll begin to see the proof behind the pudding as we begin to make some changes, not only in dogs' lives, but in some human lives, and some of the things that people are going to react to. April, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it very much. Gina, thank you for joining, and all the other people that I can see are watching, but they've not commented and they've not reacted, and that's why I cannot see who you are. All right, so I will see you a little bit later on this evening, about 4 or 5 hours before we're pulling it down. That way it'll give you enough time to watch the webinar later tonight if you want to. But hop in now. It's going to come to an end, and that's all I can tell you. All right. I'll see you later. Take care. Bye.